What's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting edition of our Bleepin City. I'm your host, Mikey2Gunzz, along with Swizz, co-host. This is a really exciting episode today because it's the first episode that we've done live on YouTube, StreamYard. We're also live as usual on IE Sports Radio. And so Swizz, what do you think of the new studio?
I mean, I love the evolution of the studio from how it looked when I initially started talking to you about it to how it is now. Like, the evolution is phenomenal. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
So this is going to be a work in progress. There may be some kinks. There may be some cats walking across the screen.
There are almost guaranteed to be some cats.
But so we got the chat going and the Spreaker app for IE Sports Radio. We also have the StreamYard app going, so anyone that wants to chime in there as well. If they could see the other side of us, we got the two monitors going. It's
oh my God, we should take a picture at the break and then we can post it.
We'll post it on Twitter. What's up to my man AK, Adam Karnick, chiming in on the chat on Spreaker.
And there's Taryn.
Oh, there's my man Taryn Rodriguez.
Well, he ran away.
Oh, it disappeared. So Adam, host of Chi-Town Weekly, also on our network. And Taryn does double duty, the two shows.
Yeah.
The fabulous Set Point volleyball show, all volleyball, all everything volleyball, as well as the SoCal Supreme show, which is amazing. So two awesome hosts on our show. Always, I love it when people join in the chat.
Yeah.
Makes the show live.
You can't see the chat on the...
No, yeah. Let me see. If I exit full screen, let's see.
Yeah, I would do that.
All right, I'll try that. So if you want to see it, if you want to see us the live stream, go to you can also go to YouTube, Mikey2Gunzz, Mikey, the number 2, Gunzz, on IE Sports Radio, the Spreaker app, Spotify, all the good ones. So welcome aboard, everyone. This is a new day in the show, live on set.
It's been a long time coming.
Very long time coming. Anyways, all right, let's start unpacking everything.
Where do you want to start?
So it's been quite a busy week.
Yes.
I think the major news of this week is the Bill Belichick.
Except that it's a rumor. It's not a done deal. So I don't want to give so much credence to it.
Yeah.
That it's the biggest news because it's not official.
You never know with the Pats. You really never.
Well,
know.
And they're saying at the end of the season, so they're not. I mean, I don't think anything's happening in the next 3 games. But I think before it becomes the full biggest news, it needs to be officially big news.
All right. So the news, to update everyone, the news. Tom Curran, who is
a reliable,
very
source,
reputable, has said. I think it was after the Colts game.
Yes.
Kraft made the decision to. He was done with them. Said after the season, he wants to move on. That came out last night. Today, everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Again, you never know with the Pats,
right?
Because they, it's like Fort Knox trying to get there,
right?
But
there's a reason. I mean, he's not going to put his name and reputation on the line with that kind of bombshell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only sort of a bombshell. It's a baby bombshell because of the way the season's gone. But he's not going to put his reputation on the line if he doesn't have a reason to really believe that this is what Kraft is thinking.
He must have heard something.
He has to have heard something. However, never say never with anything with the Patriots.
Well, you remember the Josh McDaniels thing that happened a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, of course I do. Because that was the year that I met him, remember?
It was a 10, yeah, that's right.
And I met, that was the year I met with his wife at work, actually. Yeah. And she was talking about it and was talking about how they were going to move and then they weren't going to move. And she didn't know whether or not I was a Pats fan or anything. She was talking because it was
Sincere
relevant.
things on the wall of your office.
At the time, those weren't there because different office, but it wasn't. But it was relevant to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
But it was just funny to hear it from her.
Yeah.
You know, and hear what she had to say about it. But yeah, of course I remember.
Two big shout outs right now. Big shout out to my man, J-Man, host of Spaced Out Sports, everything sports in the Houston area, as well as my dog, Drewski, self-made. Big ups to him. Big, good buddy of mine. I want him to get his ass up here to this bleeping city to do a show here. I mean, how live would that be?
That'd be awesome.
That would be so live.
You saw what I said to him online. I said, when he's here for Dallas, like you'll show him around. Absolutely.
For sure.
I feel like I owe Drewski an apology though.
Why?
So last week, just like one day randomly, he was posting something about the Mavs. And I said, so have the fans turned on Kyrie yet? And he was like, nah, it's all love here. I think that if there's a split, it'll be amicable. And I didn't say this to him, but in my head, I was like, yeah, we thought that too. You just don't know how things like.
It was all good till he stopped unlucky.
Oh my God. That was like, forget it. Yeah. No, for me, it was all good until he stood in the garden and looked up at the rafters and said, I want my name up there. I want to be part of this. And I'm going to be here for life or whatever he said. Remember that whole
Kyrie.
thing?
Yeah.
And then he stopped on Lucky. So it was like a 1-2 punch.
He's like, peace.
But anyway, so it was like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Kyrie was injured.
Yeah.
And done.
Wow.
So I think I owe Drewski an apology because I might have broken.
Sorry, I don't feel that bad for Drewski. All his teams are winning. They're winning championships. His Rangers just took it. Cowboys dusted us by 30-something points. I mean, they look. I was gonna say Dak's
having a great season.
I know it's been a while and they've had a lot of bad luck, but if
Dak's having a really good season.
If there's ever a season for Dallas to take it, this will be it.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't hate that compared to the other options.
No. Nothing gives me more pleasure than to see Eagles or Philly fans cry. Which
add Chiefs and Bills fans into that.
No, but there's something special.
Oh no, there's
something special about Philly fans. They're just they fall in a whole other category.
Absolutely.
There's classic fans. There's kind of there's kind of fans. There's kind of
Philly
kind of dick fans, and then there's Philly fans. So.
Yeah, no, Philly is bottom of the barrel, 100%.
So yeah, Drewski. I was like, it's calling it the Drewski effect. Ever since he started talking about his teams and posting, all his teams are winning. So, Drewski, maybe you can start talking about Boston teams. Maybe give us some luck.
No. You just need to post more.
Okay, I'll do that.
It's not about Drewski talking about Boston.
Okay.
It's about you talking about Boston.
Well, you've seen like kind of the get up in my step these past few days, weeks. And the studio, thank you, Drewski. You kind of gave me motivation. Also, my man J-Man, we're going to be working on a show. All the hosts that chime in on the chat, much love to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I tell everyone I got like 30-something new friends once I started the show. So
I love it.
So, anyways, now that we're talking,
Drewski says I'm right.
Now, okay, don't let it go to your head. My head's is getting huge. It's all good. It's all good. You probably are right.
I usually am.
All right. So I got to get this off my chest.
Okay.
So free agency for baseball just started.
Oh my God. You're gonna make me cry this early in the show?
I was so hopeful. That after, between Mookie Betts, Schwarber, Evaldi.
You're really trying to drive the Jagger home.
This is therapy. You talk about it. You talk. This is
really that's what you do in therapy.
You're a social worker. You should know.
I'm a therapist. I know exactly what you do in therapy.
I got to get off my chest because I was so hopeful at the start of free agency that we fired Chaim Bloom, the GM that basically gave everyone away. It was Christmas for everybody. including some like my man Drewski just won a World Series because Bloom was like,
because of Eovaldi.
He's like, we don't want to give Eovaldi an affordable contract.
We don't want to let a guy who's a proven winner who wants to be here stay.
Yeah.
Why would we do that?
Yeah.
We can have a guy that was a winner 10 years ago come for a cheap contract.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was
great logic.
I was hopeful our new GM, Craig Breslow, former pitcher, would want to kind of make it, get the fans on his side right away.
Yeah.
And for weeks, months, I've been saying, "Oh, Shohei."
I know you have. You were saying it before a lot of like the general public was saying it. Like you've been talking about it for a while.
I've been on that bus for a while.
Yeah.
And free agency comes, and one of the first things I hear is, Red Sox are probably not going to be bidding for him.
It wasn't even that. It was like immediate. It was like Red Sox are out. It was just done. Like Red Sox are out.
Yeah.
And who was it? But none other than Puppy.
Yeah.
Who was saying that Shohei wanted to be here, that it was like that he's perfect.
Fenway's like his favorite park.
Right, that it was like perfect for him to play here, like all of that. And then what happens? It's like, they don't listen to.
This gets me to my next point, though.
Yeah.
I had so he signs, what, $700 million?
Some insane,
10 years,
I think it's
70 million, which is crazy. Like that's,
I
don't even remember any players making 50 million a year, but anyways, the Dodgers blew him out of the water.
Right.
That brings us to our next point, though. I didn't realize this whole like deferring money thing.
I hate that. I hate that. Well, we paid Hanley until like last year.
Yeah, but it wasn't
like
peanuts,
this, but it was
peanuts.
Right. And even like KG was still getting paid. But like,
well, how come the Sox aren't doing that?
But again, well, but I have,
for anyone that doesn't is not aware.
Mm-hmm.
So he got 700. I can't even fathom that. $700 million for 10 years.
Yeah.
But Shohei, being the generous guy he is, he's like, I'll just live off $2 million a year for the next
couple of years.
Like,
it's like
5 or 10 years.
It's not that much, but it's like the next like 2 or 3. It's like $2 million, and then it goes to 68, and then it's 68 every year for like 40 years or some insanity.
Poor guy.
But like, I know, what a tough life he lives.
I didn't know you could do it. It almost seems unfair.
It does seem unfair because you're basically beating the system. Like you're supposed to have. They created the idea of like the salary caps and the luxury taxes and all that other junk, so that they could have some equality in the teams.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with restructuring contracts in certain ways, but I think there
like
should
football. They
right,
seem to do
but I feel like there should be a percentage that has to be paid within the first year. Or
Just doesn't it feel like a credit card? Like, let's just charge the card.
$2 million,
we won't have to pay.
And then
we'll just do minimum payments.
Right,
And it's like, let's win all the World Series, and then we'll deal with the credit card interest or whatever.
Absolutely,
it seems unfair. But hey, big shout out! First time joining Jen B. She hosts the Show of the Land.
Oh.
It's the show of the land. It's the show of the land. And Jen B, I don't know if you watched that Cavs Celtics game yesterday. Wow. You missed it, but that was a game. I mean, the Cavs were not missing threes. It was I was hearing because
everybody was texting me and telling me, like, do you have this on? Oh my God, where are the Celtics? What's going on?
Yeah.
But
I'm seeing other news in the chat. Did you see the transfer?
News, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, first thing, let me get to Adam Karnick. He makes a point because one of the rumored destinations for Ohtani was that the Blue Jays were.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even just a rumor. There was actually an announcement.
They were loading
signing
up.
Right.
That's true. I did hear.
There was an announcement, and it's believed that was leaked by Ohtani's people.
That's my drink.
By Ohtani's people because the Dodgers weren't like pushing the final buttons that they needed to like make the deal done. Yeah. And so they were like trying to just like finalize everything because supposedly where Ohtani wanted to go the whole time was the Dodgers, which I mean does make sense.
He's probably using them for leverage.
The Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly. But the thing is that
did he ever get 70 mil?
But also 700 million. But
70 mil a year.
Oh, but But the thing is, like the
But yeah,
argument.
hold
Hold
on.
on.
As
The
Adam
argument,
says, at least he's not going to the Blue Jays or the
Sure.
Yankees in our division.
Sure.
But go on.
But the argument that we couldn't keep Mookie because if we kept Mookie, we couldn't have a guy like Ohtani is complete bullshit. Because the Dodgers have both. And by the way, do you know who is supposedly the front runners for getting Justin Turner back?
Probably the Dodgers.
Of course, it's the Dodgers. Yeah. And Justin Turner would be an idiot not to go.
You know, the Dodgers kind of feel like the Yankees, what the Yankees used to be.
Because I don't hate them. I don't hate them.
You know, I don't either. I
kind of like them.
Yeah, I mean, like this. I mean,
their
fans are cool. Like their team is not, you know, Machado's not on the team anymore. So.
Right.
Yeah, I see you reading the chat.
Shukri's on.
Oh no, no way.
Hi, Shukri.
Shuk, what's up, my dog? My dog Shuk. You know, that was he's another reason that I'm kind of doing this studio thing here as where I am right now, because for anyone that doesn't know, Shukri writes big presence in Boston, covered
especially with the
hockey big time. His last show, he invited me on the show, on his show, which was, you know, meant a lot to me because I was just kind of kicking off my, you know, some of the stuff that I was putting out there, and that meant a lot. And you know, it's kind of like people in the game that like everyone kind of helps everyone out, you know, like some of the new people that come on our station. I want to do everything I can to support them, and it's just they're just all love in this kind of small circle.
Absolutely.
Okay. I love it. I love it. The chat is loud. We got both chats.
Know.
We you know, you need to take a picture of this because
I will. I
had a lot of time on my hands today. And I set up kind of a this
I'll take a picture.
This does feel like a TV studio a little bit. And Shooks, when you are back in town, you gotta come. You got to come by my little studio here.
You got to have him as a guest
and be on my show. And Shooks, if you go to YouTube, you can watch this live too, the live stream. Mikey2Gunzz.
And I know, he is one of the very small handful of Yankees fans who I actually respect. And that is coming from someone who has family members that are Yankees fans. And I just, want to say, please take good care of my doogie because that is still a thorn in my side. That is going to hurt my heart all season long and then some. But please take good care of my doogie.
Hold on.
Did you disconnect us?
Yeah. Oh, are we back?
Yeah.
Hold on. Are we back? All right, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
Take a break. The thing that's driving me crazy is
I can't hear the song. Usually you hear the song though. I can't hear the song.
We're still
I know.
What's up to everyone? Still on StreamYard. So this is part of the work in progress.
I'm gonna take that picture.
Hold on. See this. Testing. One, two. Same thing that's driving me crazy with this is we can't hear.
But we normally can hear the music.
Yes, I know. Hold on. Now it's spinning up here.
Ask them in the chat if they can hear the music.
I feel like it froze. All right, we're gonna.
No, don't do that.
No? Yeah.
No.
Well.
Ask them if they can hear it.
It says reconnecting. It says live, but. All right, I'm killing it.
Really?
We're going back in, yeah. I mean, it's.
Just start it.
Mhm. This is the beauty of live. Beauty of live TV, live radio. All right, we're just gonna go live here. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, it looks like we're back. I see that thing's moving.
Okay, well, that's good. I don't hear the. Oh, you don't have the music playing.
No, I don't.
Okay.
But when I do this, hold on. My apologies. This is part of the anyone that just got cut off. This is part of the beauty of live streaming, especially when I'm simulcasting it. Although the YouTube didn't get cut off, but anyone that just got some dead air. Okay.
Okay.
There's Taryn.
Okay.
Can you hear us, Taryn? We back.
And Taryn, you had to go break Mikey's heart with that news, huh?
All right, he's back. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, yeah. Let's get back to the Taryn news. Taryn has gotten me hooked on volleyball.
I know, especially BC.
I love volleyball now.
I know,
and I understand it.
Yes,
I understand it.
Yes.
Well, somewhat. I can't break down, the.
You can watch it.
I can't break down the beach, the high school, the team, the national teams. I can't do it on his level, but I have taken a very big liking to BC volleyball.
Yes.
And I will one of these days.
You'll actually post that video.
I actually was watching it the other day for the first time. Like, I was going through,
video.
So yeah, I need to post that. But Taryn breaks the heartbreaking news that one of BC's star players, is it Alana?
Yeah,
Alana Crabtree is in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
I don't know why BC had such a.
I know.
Awesome
But she,
season.
I think, was one of the California people. I
thought she was like.
I think she's a California person.
I thought she was an upperclassman. I thought she was. I don't know. Anyways, she was one of our star players. Taryn actually interviewed her in California.
Yeah.
So, Taryn, any news on where she's gonna go? And Jen B, welcome back. My bad. This is the beauty of trying to do our first simulcast on StreamYard, YouTube, live video, and doing the live Spreaker app. Jen, welcome back. Jen, I'm so glad that you joined the show. First time Jen has joined the show. I listened to Jen's show a bunch. Her show's awesome. It's the show of the land. And Jen is a big cat person too. So
nice.
Jen's got, I think, 3 cats.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah. I guess you wouldn't.
Yeah, no, never had that.
So, oh gosh.
But I think.
I don't get to see. I see Taryn also.
I know. I saw that.
Taryn, you got any good news for me?
I know, right? BC didn't make the tournaments. Their players are going in the transfer portal. Like, what the heck?
So. Katrina Jensen looks like is in the portal too.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. That's interesting. So Taryn chimes in the chat.
Yeah.
It may be because BC doesn't offer enough scholarships for every player.
Don't have enough.
And if that is the case, BC, fix that shit. Okay, fix that bleep.
Well, you know how they could fix that?
How?
They could improve their big ticket teams, like their hockey team and their football team and their basketball
their hockey team is
their
great.
hockey. I didn't mean hockey when I said it. It just popped out.
Yeah.
I was going for football, but hockey came out.
Yeah.
But BC football, when BC football is good,
it's great. I mean,
it's amazing. I mean, I know it's nothing like football in the South, but like
no.
But
you see the highlight videos back in the day, the Flutie pass, the Hail Mary, Matt Ryan, Mark Herzlich.
It's the best college football that we have.
It is.
Here,
it's really,
but like for some reason they just haven't invested in the same way, or players haven't been as interested. And we're getting these like one-off players, Zay Flowers and AJ Dillon and whoever that will go into the league and have like a decent career, but we're not seeing like the big name like recruits in any way, shape, or form, or even like the mid-range recruits really coming. So we haven't had a good BC football team in 20 years.
It's I'd say some of the last good teams are probably around 07, 08 ish.
Yeah.
I mean that was
15 years.
A little bit are kind of the Matt Ryan years. They've had some bowl teams since, but I mean,
and they've had like individual players or handful of players that have been fantastic. They haven't been able to. At one point in 07, they were ranked number 2. You know that? Number 2 in the country. I believe
is that crazy?
I mean, I do believe that. Like they really, historically, they've like been able to make runs. You know, and but they just haven't.
But the fun thing is, yes, they didn't have a great season, but they are bowl eligible.
Yes,
they'll be playing
there
at Fenway in the Fenway Bowl. I cannot wait to see a football game at Fenway Park. That should be
bucket list item.
Another cool experience to cross off the list.
We did a hockey game last January. We're doing football game this December. Very cool.
So all right, so
excuse me.
Another reason Taryn says, interesting. So some of the BC transfer players might have a little bit more eligibility because of the COVID years. All right. Anyways, hopefully, I mean, the BC coach, he
seemed great.
I love him. He's doing work over there. Hopefully he'll replace, get some good players in there.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll catch him cover some more games over there.
And from what I'm seeing, at least like in the small pool of evidence that I have at work, there are a lot of kids that I work with who are playing volleyball and who really are enjoying it and way higher percentage than when we were in school and stuff. And so I do wonder if that'll lead to some more like local talent and stuff too.
All right. We'll catch more volleyball and Set Point show.
Yes.
All right. So big week for our show. We met KP.
That's so awesome.
Porzingis.
I literally come up to his belly button.
This guy, there's basketball player tall.
Yeah.
And this is like I cannot believe the dude can move
mythical tall.
Can move like he can. I mean, everyone's seen the pictures on Twitter. Like I look like an Oompa Loompa, like height compared to him. He is he's in another stratosphere. Like his tallness is crazy. I mean, he's 7'3", 7'4",
something like that.
But
not as tall as Taco, but tall.
Yes, I mean almost Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
The Wemby size.
Yeah. But bigger than Wemby.
But I've been saying like all year, he's like he's my new favorite Celtic.
Yeah.
Because he gets it. He gets the city.
Oh yeah.
I see what he's like at the games when he's not playing. He's engaging with fans.
Yep.
He's on social media all the time.
Oh yeah.
He loves the city.
He loves it. And he loves the fans.
I love players like that and that's another reason why I was so sad that Verdugo left, just because he loved the fans. He loved, every time he was in the outfield and I was at a game, I'd be talking to him and he'd be kind of doing the glove shout out, throwing a ball maybe up in the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's players like that embrace the city, embrace just the fanaticism of the Boston fans that I really love.
Right.
So it was cool to meet him the other day, and although it was brief, I got a chance to whip out the iPad because like me, I love playing around and doing video editing and just messing with all that stuff. And it was kind of cool to kind of whip it out and be like, yo, KP, check out what check out what I've been working on.
I know. That was very cool.
And he seemed to get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
I'll post that video soon.
Yes.
But not just that. The end of the video though, it was cool because you said I didn't remember it after sometimes when you talk to athletes, you don't remember it really.
Yeah.
But and we got it on video. I was able to watch it, and it's like I watched the video. It's like, oh yeah, I said that. Like I forgot I said that.
Yeah.
But you said, what did I say to him? I was like,
you were like banner 18. We got.
No, I said we're taking it.
We're taking it.
We are taking it this year.
Yeah.
And he loved it, and
yeah.
I hurt my neck looking up at him, and you know, I dapped him up, and but yeah, Drewski, KP was cool. You know,
cool as heck.
He was cool as shit.
Yeah.
And
he would have like the thing that I love about him, and you already said, you know, like at the games, you know, he's talking to everyone. What's really cool is that like you could tell he would have stayed and had an entire conversation with you if there hadn't been a line of people behind you waiting to also talk to him.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and what you know, so unfortunately, you know, Gunzz, you missed the game on Friday. I'm rubbing it in a little bit more. I'm gonna keep rubbing it in.
So I've been sick as hell.
Yeah.
I haven't really left this apartment for like 2 weeks. I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
But yes, you got to go and sit.
We had upgraded our seats.
They're practically sweating on you.
Yeah. We upgraded our seats. We had like, so we sat in, we were sitting in like our favorite section. But it was like better than normal because we weren't the closest that we've ever been because you and I have been like right up front. But like some of our friends were like right in the same section as us and like and all of that. It was also the night that JB got ejected. It happened right in front of our face. Like
that's another thing. What's up with all these?
That's a whole thing I want to talk about. So hold that thought.
Yeah.
But one of the cool things, so like before the game, right? You know, the players all come out, they're doing their warm-ups, they're stretching, whatever. And KP is like standing like over by the hoop and he's doing like some like push-up squat funky combo thing like against the hoop. And there's kids like screaming his name, like KP. And he keeps doing what he's doing, lifts one hand off of the hoop and starts waving to the kids while still going about his warm-up. Big smile on his face. And like he didn't have to do that.
I gotta give a big shout out to my dog Bishop. Bishop is in the house. Bishop, we got a big game coming up, and I know the records. I know the records may not be where, you know, we would like them, but I think if we're gonna have one win this year, how nice would it be to just knock the Chiefs another notch down into like that wild card?
Can we just discuss?
And I do want to discuss because Bishop likes to talk all this smack about the cheating and the spying and Belichick.
Can we talk about Mahomes crying?
Finally, Mahomes.
Can we talk about Mahomes crying?
Showed his true colors.
Oh my God!
I heard it on TV somewhere.
Oh, I saw it. It was
no. I saw the thing obviously, but I heard I forget who was saying it, but what Mahomes was pulling was a whole, do you know who I am? Like, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Like, we don't get those calls against us.
And you know what? Brady would never do done that.
I know Chiefs fans were trying to find video of Brady complaining about something. No. They couldn't even come close to it.
Brady would be mad at himself. Brady would never, ever. Brady would have been throwing the iPad because he'd be pissed at himself.
Yeah.
But he would not. Oh, never.
And that was funny too. He was complaining to Josh Allen, who just beat him.
Yeah.
And who's probably
instead of like congratulating him.
Like Josh Allen's gonna be like,
poor you.
Oh yeah. You guys were offsides. Yeah, I feel so bad. You know, Josh Allen didn't say anything. He was just kind of like
go away.
Like patting him on the chest and stuff. It was funny. And
can we just discuss for 1 second?
Yeah.
Okay. You know I love Taylor Swift. Like, I love Taylor Swift. And
no.
Shut up. But can we just discuss how frustrating it is that the Chiefs game for this Sunday, the number of people I've seen advertising tickets, Patriots versus Chiefs, come see Taylor Swift. Like, come on. I'm dead serious. I am dead serious. Like, I'm not making this shit up.
I'm so over that.
Come on. So what? You can see her up in a box, like, and maybe like see like her look this big. Like, what?
What did Taylor Swift turn into Michael Jackson?
I have literally been to every single tour that she has done since she like came on the scene. I
Yeah.
saw her in concert before she was Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Like she was opening for people.
She was like
that-
country when she started.
Yeah, she
wasn't
was. And I saw her as opening acts. Like I've literally followed her forever.
Yeah.
I've taken my niece to almost every tour. You came to one concert,
Yeah.
remember?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna call you out there. You had a blast.
Got to keep that on the deal.
Oh, sorry. He did not go see Taylor Swift. He did not love it.
I saw it on FaceTime. No, I'm just kidding. I went there. It was cool. It was cool.
But
It's
so
on the show.
that show was fine.
Bishop does admit he was offsides. Yes, agreed.
Because he's able to acknowledge as like a real fan, but like also being honest, you know?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like somewhere between that show and this Errors tour, first time ever, I couldn't even forget about like wanting to get tickets. I couldn't have even dreamt about tickets.
Yeah.
Like it was insane.
Yeah.
So now in an attempt to sell Patriots Chiefs tickets, which historically would be top, like impossible to come by. Are you kidding me? Like that now you have to.
I wonder what they're going for.
They're not going for much.
So you know it's probably going to be all Chiefs fans.
Unfortunately, probably either that or Taylor Swift fans.
Yeah.
You know, so and it kills me. Like and I love football and I love Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift is not the one doing this.
Here's a dilemma.
It's not her fault.
No, I get it. I get it. Here's a dilemma.
Yeah.
It would be really sweet if we could knock the Chiefs a little down on the thing.
For sure.
But there's part of me that's like, do we just want to keep it competitive and give them a real scare, beat them up a bit, and lose?
Okay, I'm gonna go back to who are we drafting?
Yeah,
who are we drafting? Why? What is it that is out there? I mean, I know there are good players. I'm not saying like, oh, there's no one that's going to be good.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like, who is this coveted player that we are tanking for?
Yeah.
Because who is it?
Yeah. Jen, I love it. Jen says he was so offsides, and I agree. She says, I get being upset. How about being upset the guy lined up on the defensive side of the ball? I completely agree. This was not one of those toe on the line. This was not one of those toe on the line. Like okay, like that was technically, the dude was. Oh, he was lined up.
He was the definition of offside.
He was lined up like a linebacker. Like he was so like they showed the sideline view of it, and it was like, I mean,
it was textbook. It was textbook offsides.
It was so egregious.
Right.
Like
the refs would have been.
No, you know what I heard the refs say?
What?
They said they called it when they couldn't see the football because he was so far offside. So,
but
I mean, this was one of those.
Could you imagine the shit the refs would be getting if they didn't call it? They get so much grief for not calling things and giving Mahomes chance after chance after chance because they do.
But if they didn't call it, no one would have noticed. No one would probably would have been. It's not one of those things.
If it had been a game against us, we would have noticed.
If it had been the Patriots back in the day, all the Patriots haters would blow up every still shot of every play. Yes, maybe, but although Mahomes and the Chiefs haven't been hated like the Pats. Although that may be changing after this past week.
I know. I love it. All
right. Let's take a real break.
I know. And then I want to talk about the ref thing that you brought up because that's actually like really been on.
Oh, yeah. But the NBA refs.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the ejections. We do need to talk about that. We'll take a break. This time, not me tripping over the cord and shorting out the whole feed. We'll take a break. Give some love to the other shows on the station. Big shout out to Planet Jerky. They are the official sponsor of iSports Radio and the single A Lake Elsinore Storm, who are the affiliate of the San Diego Padres and who won the championship last year. And Two-Gunzz, we like champs here in the City of Champions. So if the jerky is good enough for champs, it's good enough for Two-Gunzz. I do also want to preview a show that has been in the works and in the talking with me and J-Man, my fight dog J-Man. We'll talk about that too. We'll preview that because I know how much you love talking about fighting stuff. We'll do that after the break right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
This show is brought to you by Halls and Theraflu.
All right. That's so true.
Taryn, I'm not sick. It's my stupid asthma.
We're on
Oh, we're just on YouTube. That's right.
Can you hear?
I don't hear in my mic at all.
I know.
But I hear it.
Wait, hold on.
I can hear it. It's just not coming through these. It's weird.
Hold on. That's weird. I hear it. I'm not going to mess with it.
I want to know, Drewski, what do you guys think of Grant?
That's right. Because we're still in the stream here. I need to get a drink.
Okay. I'm curious.
You want anything?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. What? What's wrong?
I didn't have an auto DJ.
What's good, my fans? It's your boy, Marcus. Those
Yeah, what you need?
Yeah. Yeah, he was always willing to do the dirty work. He's a little yappy, but hopefully that's
He's not, he's
with the refs. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. You just clicked something again. I heard it.
I know.
What did you do? What did you hit?
Testing. Shit.
What'd you do?
Just knocked it out.
I know, but how?
Testing.
Oh.
Okay. It's
there I go.
All right, we are back. Our Bleepin City Wednesday edition. Also, the first time we've streamed live on StreamYard app, on my YouTube channel, Mikey2Gunzz, Mikey2, number 2, Gunzz. This is like the worst for like someone with ADD. I got 2 screens. I got the chat. I got the StreamYard chat. I got the video. I got the.
Oh, don't lie. You love this. You love
I do, but
it's all the
for live TV, it's like
yeah.
Like
no, I gotcha.
I need like 4 eyes and we got 2 keyboards going. It's crazy. I'll get it right though. But yeah. Dude,
so
cheers.
So I wanna talk about the Celtics because how can we not? And also, in conjunction, I want to talk about what the hell is wrong with the refs. Like, what is going on?
This is it
is.
I mean, Jokic just got ejected. I think it was yesterday for nothing. I mean, we saw Tatum.
And then Trae Young got ejected.
Tatum got ejected. Yes, I see that. We saw Tatum get ejected. Tatum is the most mild-mannered, soft-spoken dude.
Yep. Well, JB is too. He's intense, but he's mild.
Yeah. Tatum got ejected for saying, "Don't tell me to go back and sit on the bench," or something. It wasn't anything like you hear refs say there's certain words that are just that are just no-brainers that will automatically, get you ejected. Personal insults, certain profanities. Those are no-brainers.
Absolutely.
But what I've been seeing,
it's soft as heck.
I mean, these refs, I think, have got it twisted to think all these fans are there for them.
Right. So can I paint you a picture of Friday night?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're watching, you know, we're watching the game, and the Celtics had been up by like 20 points. Like it was like crazy.
Yeah.
And New York was making a run. And they had, I can't remember at that point if they had tied the game or if it was just like within like 4 points, something like that. And the Celtics were getting bad calls all night, like the whole game. I remember at one point, so when Mike wasn't able to go to the game, I brought my roommate, my friend Mel to the game, Socks Addict for those of you on Twitter, who had never been to a live basketball game before. And so, but she knows basketball. I mean, she's a sports fan. She's, you know, she knows the game. And so, so we're watching, and, you know, and I, at one point said to her, I was like, okay, so the Celtics now have 14 fouls, and the Knicks had just gotten called for their first, and there was 7 minutes left in that quarter, whatever quarter that was.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. So if they had gotten that next foul called, then the Knicks were going to be playing with like 5-6 minutes of like anything being, you know, free throws.
Oh, the bonus.
So, right. So anyway, my point being, Celtics were getting shit calls all night.
Yeah.
There was a play, JB didn't get the call. He was frustrated. Then they called a bullshit foul on him. And JB, so like literally we're right, like it's right in front of us.
Yeah.
And JB, he argues for a minute, but like it wasn't anything egregious. He wasn't in the guy's face. Like it really wasn't bad. And they tee him up. Okay, fine. Like, don't agree with it, but fine. That's the ref's right. So immediately Missoula pulls him out of the game, and subs, I forget if he subbed Drew back in or Pritchard, whoever it was, subs someone in for him. Yeah. So now at this point, the ref's over here. JB's over here at the bench. So the entire court's between them. And all of a sudden, I see the ref do the like, you're out motion. And I'm like, did they just eject JB?
Yeah. I mean,
he's all the way over here.
It's been like that all over
it
the
was
league.
So ridiculous.
I don't understand
and then when they asked him, because one of the reporters asked him, and he said, well, he was complaining about the call. Really? How could you hear? Because if you could have heard that, then I could have heard it, because I was closer to JB than you were, and I couldn't hear him.
Well, I saw our boy Frosty Bias on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Posting that, like, there's certain players that the refs get away with so much.
Oh, you mean like LeBron?
LeBron, yeah. Like it's, I mean, there's no consistency in it. It's just,
and Tatum is the biggest superstar to get no calls.
Yeah, he does.
Like he is absolutely he is a top 5 player, like hands down.
Here's a problem.
And he gets no calls.
Here's a problem. There's a handful of refs that I know that I know by name.
Oh yeah.
I shouldn't know any of the refs by name.
I know like probably 5.
I wanna put like a video out of them or tweet out
all the bad calls.
I mean right away. I mean
Mark Goddard.
What's that?
Mark Goddard.
Mark Goddard.
Isn't that one?
No, he's a UFC. He's a UFC.
Oh, who am I thinking of?
So if I see Tony Brothers,
God,
problem.
Yeah.
If I see
who am I thinking of?
If I see you're thinking of Mark Davis? Because Mark Davis is one of them.
That's one of them.
I was talking about Mark Davis.
Yeah.
Kirkland.
Yeah.
Scott Foster.
Oh my God, Scott Foster's the worst. And Scott Foster.
Guthrie is another one.
Scott Foster actually, out of that whole list, was the best of them last year. That's how bad it's gotten.
Bill Kennedy. Mm-hmm. If I see any of those refs,
who's the one that ejected? Was it Kirkland that ejected Tatum last year?
Tatum in the playoffs
last year.
2 years ago in the playoffs.
No, not the playoffs call. They ejected Tatum twice. It was the same ref last season.
I don't know.
I think it was Kirkland.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But it's bad. It's really bad. And I don't know who. I honestly don't. I hadn't looked at who the refs were.
All right. So we got to move on.
Okay.
All right. So Bruins, they look good.
They look good.
They look really good.
They just put, oh my goodness.
All right. So when
Zorbal on waivers.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. So they are still on top
Yeah.
They've had a great season so
Yeah.
far.
There's not a ton to say because they're just being consistent.
Yes, there is not a ton to say.
It's
But
interesting,
I mean,
you know,
we got to give them their due because
yeah,
they've just been
they look great.
having a great season when everyone was saying that they were just going to fall apart after the
They
collapse.
had that like 3-game skid, and I don't know if you know this, but Bergie and Marshy met up.
Oh, really?
Huh.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, the fire was back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe Bergie will come back.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
All right. What else?
I think they're just really good friends.
What else you guys asked was?
Well, I think you started to talk about, and then you didn't finish your whole thought about the heartbreak of what has been the off season for the Red Sox so far.
Yeah, I even said in the preview for the show today.
Yeah.
The Sox signed a dude today for a reliever.
Oh, I saw that.
For $1 million.
Yep.
A guy who
we never heard of.
DFA'd last year.
Yep.
So a guy that no team wanted and was just released.
Right. But we probably could have picked up at any point if we needed to.
And that's been a big splash of the offseason. That's just
it's so upsetting.
Like that's just
I'm so done with the Red Sox in terms of like putting any money towards them until they show me that they're gonna give me something back.
It sucks because there's still some players on the team like Kenley.
Oh, I love Kenley.
Now there's not it. Turner's probably gone.
Well, and that's the thing. It's
Doogie's gone.
So I want to go back to something that I thought I had that's tied to this, but that when you were talking about KP, right? And remember when you interviewed TC?
Yes.
So
you got to bring back that memory because the audio.
I know.
I did an interview.
So it was one of the best interviews.
One of the best interviews I did.
You've ever done.
And it was the new microphone.
It was amazing.
Battery died. I just got the video of it.
Yeah.
If I have any people that watch the show that are lip readers that maybe want to transcribe it, like please, I could use you. But yes.
But one of the things that TC said that
Tom Caron, the studio host of the Red Sox.
Great guy, great knowledgeable guy, great baseball mind. One of the things he said, because you interviewed him at the Turner Trot, which was Justin Turner's event that he's done every year.
His charity race.
And just as a side note, shout out to JT and how amazing he is. It was like 60-40 Red Sox fans versus like Dodgers fans that had flown in from California. Yeah. Like that's
the Dodgers are playing the Red Sox too. So.
I know, but they were there for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, so anyway, my point being, you were talking about like, what does a guy like JT mean to the city of Boston? And TC was talking about, you don't know a guy until they're here in terms of how they're going to handle the pressure, how they're going to handle the city, how they're going to handle the media in particular. And JT's just a guy who gets it.
Yes.
KP is just a guy who gets it. There are people who just understand what it means to play in
players
Boston.
that are built for this
100%
environment.
And
some
Doogie was one
that,
too.
That aren't.
And when you think about the Red Sox, if I think about like my favorite players over the last, 5 years, not going lifetime, but like the last 5 years, so since the 2018 World Series, Doogie's on the list.
Yeah.
Kenley's on the list. JT's on the list. Obviously, Mookie's on the list. I'm sure I'm going to forget a whole bunch of people. I love Brock Holt. I will forever go down on that one. Like, I love him. JBJ. But guys that understood how to
embrace the city,
be the city,
fans,
make themselves Boston. They don't have to be Boston to be Boston.
Yeah.
And we don't have that anymore.
It's not that hard though to get to like have the city embrace you. You just have to
absolutely
just show that you love it here.
But we don't have that anymore.
It's
think about so Kenley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's next? If JT comes back, we have JT.
Devers is
But is he? He's not the leader that. I love Devers.
It's because
there's a language barrier.
The language thing.
But the other thing about Devers, so Mel and I were talking about this the other day. He can be lazy. I don't think that the Red Sox thought about what losing Xander meant to Devers. They came up together.
Yeah.
That was his big brother. Like that was his guy. And
Xander spoke Spanish. Xander speaks like 10 languages. It's crazy.
But when Xander was there,
Yeah.
Devers was like right there with him. Like wherever Xander was, Devers was.
Yeah.
And Poppy was right around the three. It was
Yeah.
like, you know, and Poppy was such a great presence for them.
Mm.
Devers is super soft-spoken.
Mm.
And I love the guy, but he's super soft-spoken. He doesn't like being interviewed in English. So it's harder to embrace him in the same way because he doesn't say the things that he might want to say because he's not comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
And what's funny is that when he is mic'd up, some of those clips are hilarious, you know, and it's not that he like, you know, wouldn't be able to speak, you know, do an interview in English. He's just not as comfortable with it. And I get that. And I respect
that's
that.
That's when I want to get though. I want to be able to use my Spanish.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is like in terms of players that have that like swagger, like that Boston swagger, Devers isn't on my list. He's like the next level down, but he's not there.
As I teased earlier, me and my boy J-Man, we're gonna be putting out a new fight show.
You don't say.
Called Counterpunch.
I hadn't heard that.
KO is capitalized. My man J-Man, you know, chimes in on the chat. It's gonna be a badass bleeping show. I could not bleeping agree more.
Are you guys gonna go live this weekend? Like stream the fights and then
we might
and then
have
like
to.
do like a preview show? Like do like a live like
we might have to do
something because there are a lot of fights this weekend.
This weekend, I mean UFC.
Yeah.
I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about that.
It'd be a fun one to do.
This is gonna be a card this weekend. UFC 296, the headliner Covington.
Can I punch him out? Because I do not
Edwards.
like that dude.
Yeah, I mean Covington
has a punchable face.
People either love him or hate his guts.
I'm on the hate his guts side.
Yeah, I mean he's you know he's something.
But can I punch him out? Like that'd be fun.
I mean, I don't know, maybe. So that'll be coming up this weekend. Me and my boy J-Man, I'll break that down.
You guys should do a live. Like you should do.
We're going to. Yeah, see, J-Man's. You know, he's with you on that.
That's what I'm here for.
He's with you on that.
I love it.
So, it's coming together. This is the first show in the new studio. Our Bleepin studio. First time on the live stream on YouTube. Always on Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as usual. But yes, Wiz, this has been a fun show. It's been a bit crazy with all the different technologies, the simulcast going on. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully,
a lot of stuff coming.
We'll have some better news for the Sox and the free agent market.
And you know what?
Big shout out to Taryn. He did say earlier I should get a sponsorship for Halls or Vicks. Yeah. And I probably should get paid for it because I have been freaking.
You've been feeling awful.
I've been having this cold.
I'm not sick, but I'm hacking up.
But no, I appreciate it. He wishes, we feel better. What's up?
Real quick before the show fully ends.
Yeah.
Are you rooting for a win on Sunday? What are you rooting for? I want to know.
Yeah, I guess I am.
I am too.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but like
I want to beat the Chiefs.
Exactly. There's nothing that will feel better than Mahomes hanging his sorry ass head.
Oh yeah.
Walking off the field.
I want to see him crying about something else too.
I know.
Big shout out to my dog Drewski. Again, first time I can congratulate him from the live studio because he's going to be doing some work with Sean Salisbury.
I know.
I know. It's just I'm trying to aspire to get to that level.
You'll get there.
Big shout out to you, self-made Drewski.
Hey, maybe we can ship him our Kyrie jerseys since he doesn't hate him.
Yeah, we could. Or we could just paste some duct tape on it and write Pritchard on it because he's the same number. I don't know. Anyway,
I hate when people do that.
I know. It's always funny though.
It is funny when you have the ones that like they've done for years.
Yeah.
So there's like a thick thing of tape, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have like 50 jerseys, maybe I'd do it. But yeah, Anyways, Swizz, thank you as always. Thank you for doing the first live stream. Geez, yeah, you're coughing too.
It's the cold weather.
So big shout out to everyone in the chat. Taryn, Bishop, J-Man, Jen B for the first time. Shukri, my man AK, Adam Karnick, Drewski on being on the live stream. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to everyone that's
I know
listening
Marie
on the
was
live
watching.
stream.
I don't know if she ended up getting to see it. But
Big shout out to everyone.
yeah.
Can't wait to be back next Wednesday, 7 to 8. Swizz, thank you. You've been listening to our Bleepin City of Mikey2Gunzz and Swizz right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all
That is sports.